I was 7, jump me and I was 11. Better never duck your head. Throw them bitches like it's Tekken. At 13, I found a job. Okay.
Yo, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Junyer CTN. The CTN stands for Change Your Narrative. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it. Let's see if I can make the time shorter today. Okay. This week's quote is going to be: everybody is somebody because of somebody else. Okay. I'm going to say it again. This week quote is: everybody is somebody because of somebody else. Okay. If you want to know who made that quote, go ahead and do your homework. Leave the comment in the comment section to let me know who made that quote. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Today's topic is going to be no accepted. No accepted. Okay. Let's go ahead and flip that right there. Let's put it right there in the middle of the day. All right. Learn how to accept no with a smile. Okay. Learn how to accept no with a smile. Okay. Reason being is because everything is not going to go your way. You're not going to hear a yes every time you want or you feel that you deserve a yes. Okay. A lot of times opportunity is going to close the door in your face. A lot of time opportunity is going to pass you up. Nothing is going to wait on you. Sometimes you could be working towards something and you in competition with anybody else. Maybe it's a job title. You applying for a position, there's only one open. Maybe you trying to talk to somebody. Maybe you wanted that apartment or you wanted that house and you want to put that down on the house. Whatever the case may be, maybe you wanted to buy that car and you were just too late, or they went with another option. Not saying it's a better option, not saying whoever was picked over you or whatever they deciding factors may be, doesn't mean that you're not a great qualified person. It just means it was just no for the time being. Sometimes they circle back. Sometimes opportunity do reappear. You don't know. But in the meantime, in between time, just go ahead and accept that no. Keep your grace. Keep your smile, keep your back up straight, keep your dignity, and keep it moving. Learn how to accept no with a smile. Okay? Quit letting every time you hear no, it just put a tight squeeze in your stomach, like it just something just fell in the pits of. It's just not a good feeling. Like all of a sudden you just overwhelmed with sickness. All of a sudden, don't nobody like hearing no, but that's life. Life be you everybody you living, everybody who watching this, you know how life be lifing. That's a new term. I believe 10 years ago or 5 years ago people weren't saying life be lifing, but now hey, we all understand that. Yeah, that's universal, right? And no is a part of that. No is, you wouldn't really admire the yeses if everybody told you yes all the time. Everything just come easy for you. So you mean to tell me nobody never told you no, and no matter what it was? Nobody never, you was always top pick. You always had your way. If you did, that is great. That is fantastic. You need to write a book about that. Because for us, rest of us folks, we've been told no probably more times than we've been told yes. Okay? So again, I learned how to accept no with a smile. If a decision is lying in the palms of somebody else, and they choose to go with somebody else, again, that already just said that, it's all good. It's all cool. Clap silently if you need to, or you don't got to shake their hand, or if you know the other person or not, whatever it may be. But if the decision is relying on somebody else's hand, no matter what the decision may be, and they choose to go with somebody else, bow down with grace, chuck up the deuces, whatever you need to do, and keep it moving. Keep it moving. No need to make a scene. No need to catch an attitude. No need to feel bad, because there's other opportunities down the road. Just keep on trucking. Keep on chewing, whatever. Keep on. Just keep on. Keep on living. That's the super old Southern style right there. Keep on living. Okay? Life ain't over yet. Okay. If things doesn't go in your favor, that's okay. Try a new approach. Work harder next time. You didn't get it this time. You came up short. You was overlooked. You was overseen. Didn't nobody notice you? Keep it moving. Let it keep going. Okay? Again, like keep on living. If you here's another one. How can I say this? How can I say this? Learn how to accept no with a smile. I'm trying to embed that in you because after you're done with this episode, you need to walk out into the world and walk into your job or wherever you at or amongst other people, and that gonna trigger you. So next time when somebody tell you no, you could just smile. Sometimes they be looking for a negative reaction. And if you give off a positive reaction, like, oh, okay, no problem, it's all good, it's all still love, you gonna make them feel some type of way, like, whoa, did I make the wrong decision? Should have picked you? I don't know. It's gonna make them second guess because a lot of times when people have been told no, they always give off a negative response. And again, this is Junyer CTN changing the narrative, and I want all of us, including me, to change the narrative with that no response internally. Okay. So if you ask anybody for help, if you ask somebody help moving, you ask somebody help with some work, you ask somebody with assistance with anything, if you ask somebody for directions, if you ask anybody to spot you $20, if you ask anybody for anything and they tell you no, smile and keep on moving. It's cool. At least you ask. For people to muster up the courage to even ask people, well, I'm a prideful person. Some people ain't prideful like that. Okay. I just want to scoot this over real quick. Some people ain't prideful like that. You know what I'm saying? They tell you they ask anybody. It's almost like some people just ask anybody for everything, but you have them prideful people be like, I hate to ask, but I really need this. And then I mustered it up. And you really want them to say yes because you really need it. And they tell you no. It hurt a little bit, especially from your loved ones and people that you care about or people that you showed up for, especially people that you showed up for. And you asked them for help in return. They told you no. You'd be like, whoa, you were supposed to say yes. After everything I did, and I never asked you for anything, and you told me no. Because you felt entitled to that yes. You didn't expect that no. That was like a punch in the gut, wasn't it? Smile, bow down, keep it moving, keep it moving. If you ask anybody for help and they tell you no, hey, it's all good, keep it moving, chucking the deuces. If a job decides to go with a what they say, a better candidate, or they don't say better candidate, we decided to go with a more experienced, I believe that's what the terminology that they use, and you'd be like, dang, that's crazy. Keep it moving. And I just want a side note, I was going to say this for later on in my notes, with the job when they decide to go with a better opportunity. True story. At one time, with life, it was life, and then I end up going through some life experiences, right? So I had applied to, I'm gonna just say these jobs. I had applied to McDonald's, right? And the job title that they told me in that interview was I was gonna be on the fries, not the grill, not cleaning, not the cashier, not stock, whatever it is. My job was to be on fries. That was the job I interviewed for, right? Didn't get that job. I was like, this one of the first times I ever applied and got the interview at a fast food joint, especially like McDonald's. Like that's one of them things where it's almost like, it ain't like people lined up to work here. But anyway, they decided to go with somebody else. All right, cool. I didn't want to work there anyway. That's the crazy part. So within the same time, I applied for Taco Bell. And whatever that position was, I don't know. I think it was just something, just at Taco Bell. They actually hired the person who lived across the street from me. She cool, she was younger than me, all that stuff, but they decided to go with her. It's so crazy because I didn't know that she got that job, but we was competing for that job until later on in life we were, talking about it. And then I was like, dang, they hired you around the time that, we was applying for the same position. again, went with them. That's all cool. Another fast food joint. I really need a job at this time. Third job I applied to, it was many others, but these just the ones that gave me a call back that I interviewed for. Let me put it like that. I applied to many jobs, but these the ones that called me back. McDonald's, Taco Bell, and the other one was Red Lobster, right? Red Lobster. So this job title was utility, something with utility. So I didn't know what that was. I'm like, what is that? So the job interview told me like pretty much you just gonna be doing the dishes, cleaning the bathroom. So you just pretty much just cleaning stuff. You ain't even out there on the floor collecting trays and all the other stuff. You just in the back just doing, people really ain't gonna see you type stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay. So again, when this comes to a job and I really need a job, I put my pride aside. I don't care what it is. I bust toilets, I clean dishes, I do whatever I need to do for me to get some income. I'm that kind of person. I ain't get that job either. So I'm like, dang, man, I just, it's so crazy because I'm like, these jobs, doing this stuff, cleaning toilets. I can't get a job cleaning toilets. I can't get a job dropping fries. I can't get a job at none of this stuff. That is crazy. Bless, bless, bless. I end up landing a job that paid more than all of them together with the salary that they was offering me, or not even salary, with the money that they was offering me. Now I end up getting a job that pay way more than them. But just the show, I just kept it moving. All right, you didn't want me. I ain't even get mad. I was just surprised, like, dang, I thought I was in a bad because normally when I get interviews, I get the job normally. But life change and life experiences, and now when I get job interviews, it ain't even guaranteed for me to get the jobs no more. You know, but hey, like I ain't dwelling on it. I kept it moving, and things worked out at the end, and I'm grateful for that. So, with that being said, is that's with the jobs that don't want to hire you. If a person don't want to date you, you shooting your shot. Hey, what's up? Woo 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 woo. I'm a dude, so mostly shoot they shot. Or I don't think women get denied, but that's another conversation. I feel like they shoot a 10 out of 10 every time, and that's just me. But for a guy's perspective, you shoot your shot, and the women don't want to date you, and somebody don't want to date you, and they tell you no, you ain't they type, you too short, you too black, you too skinny, you too all these whatever. Keep it moving. That's okay, honey. That's fine. It's cool. Just don't make sure you never circle back because it ain't gonna be what it was. But I'm getting off track. If don't nobody want to date you, get you the number, take you out, whatever the case may be. Don't beg nobody for you to spend money on them. Don't beg nobody to spend your time with them. Just don't, keep it moving with a smile. It's cool. It's all love. No hard feelings. I keep it moving. I ask somebody else. I may ask the person standing right next to you. Keep it moving. Keep that smile. You know what I'm saying? Um, Try never if you need a favor, I said that earlier. If you need a favor from anybody, normally when people ask favors for people who they trust, people that they know. If you need a favor and they tell you no, accept it with a smile. Don't feel no bad. Don't feel like, oh, I'll remember this. Don't, just accept it with a smile because sometimes you don't know other people's circumstances. Keep it with a smile. Learn how to accept no with a smile. Don't feel bad, okay? Because they have the right to tell you no. If you ask anybody for help, they have the right to tell you no. Any job that you apply for, they decide to go with another candidate, a more experienced candidate. They have the right to tell you no. You ask somebody for a favor, they have the right to tell you no. You ask somebody out for a date or anybody or get their number, whatever the case may be in that realm, they have the right to tell you no. So you shouldn't feel bad because you're not a yes man or you're not a yes person. Are you saying yes to everybody that asks you for a favor? Are you saying yes to everybody that asks you for anything? Are you saying yes to anybody that come your way shooting a shot and you like, yeah, yeah, yeah to everybody? If you're not that person, then you get my point. Everybody is entitled to use the word no. With that being said, you need to learn how to use the word no more often. Learn how to use the word more often. A lot of times you be trying to do stuff and looking out for people you really don't want to do. But sometimes you feel entitled. Oh, I got to do this because of this. I got to do this because they my brother and my sister. Or I got to do this because they my friend. They looked out for me that one time. Like you feel obligated. If you feel obligated, you do the task, that's fine. But if you really don't want to do it, just say no. Learn how to say no. That should be just like a no. No should be breathing. No should be added in the front of your vocabulary. No. Even with jobs, it tell you stuff. We need you to stay late. This voluntarily or this mandatory? This voluntarily is no. If it's mandatory, well, I don't have no choice, then I gotta stay here because I don't have no options. You gonna leave the options in my hand. But if the options in my hand, I'm gonna choose no every time. Every time. Unless, hey, you scratch my back, I scratch yours type of deal. But a lot of times we know how jobs work. You know what I'm saying? Also, when one door closes, another one opens. All them doors closes. All them doors close. All you need is one yes. And if you don't get a yes from anybody, create your own door and say yes to yourself. Sometimes when you need a favor and need somebody to teach you how to do some stuff, you learn it on yourself. Sometimes you be happy you learned that on yourself. So now you got something, you got a skill, you learn how to do something. You don't got to ask nobody for that no more because you know how to do it because you could do it for yourself. You told yourself yes. So when all them doors tell you no, figure out, carve your own way. Figure it out, whatever it may be. Oh, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to put together this. Everybody tell you no. You know what? I'm gonna do it myself. Let's get cracking. Figure it out. Once you figure it out, can't nobody take that skill set away from you no more. Now you know what you're doing. Okay. Accept people refusals. Accept people denies. Okay. Accept other people options when they choose other people. Do it all with a smile. Keep it pushing. Okay? Keep it pushing. That's the new, just tell somebody no. Again, if your heart is big and you feel like, I want to say yes, yes, you have all the right to say yes. But if you really in your core, in your heart, in your spirit, you feel like, you know what? No, I don't want to. I don't have to. Sometimes you don't even got to give an explanation. It ain't no sometimes you don't got to get an explanation. You never have to get an explanation unless you really have to in certain situations. But for the most part, you don't have to give nobody no explanation to your no's just because it's no. I'm out of time. Okay? I'm gonna do that. I had a no. That's it. That's all it is to it. And some people can accept that. Hey, I don't know what to tell you because it ain't gonna change. Some people try to, get you to change your mind, but when you stand on what you standing on and you mean by what you say, you stand by what you mean, it's no. No. 2 letters. No. Okay? So just like any other time, I know it's been a while because some stuff been going on. So the last book I read is this one. Just completed this book right here. Okay. Got it. All right. So, like I said, I don't really give my opinions on books, but I'm just letting the audience know the books that I be reading and the books that I finish. I only show once I'm finished with it. Not, you know what I'm saying? So, just like any other episode, let's go ahead and get into these Raw Games promotions. Link is in the description. First thing first. The Life of Currency right here. Link is in the description. The Life of Currency, more than a bill. Link is in the description. No one safe, everyone drinks. Minimum of 3 players. I said again, minimum of 3 players that have maximum fun. Obviously, the more the merrier, but the minimum of at least 3 players that have maximum fun. And who knows? It's not who you know, it's what you know. This game is the minimum of 2 players for maximum fun. Obviously, the more the merrier, but the minimum of 2 players for maximum fun, and the link is in the description. So just like any other episode, don't forget the song that you heard at the beginning. Don't forget to rate the song by Beats Lyric overall song. Thank you for staying tuned. Again, tell people no when you don't feel it. You get what I'm saying. You got the whole concept. So don't forget to leave the comments in the comment section. Don't forget to share, subscribe, do all those good things. At least I'm asking you a favor, and please don't tell me no. Please. If you tell me no, just put the no in the comment section. If you don't want to do it, if you really don't want to do it, just drop a no in the comment section. But if you want to do me this one favor, share this video or one of my videos with at least one other person, at least one other person. You don't got to share it on your page. You don't got to put it all on your platforms or all on your space. You don't got to do all that, but just hit that share link, share it to somebody, no matter who it is, just share it to somebody. And that's all I ask. You say no, put it in the comment section. That's a yes. Go ahead and share it, and I definitely appreciate it. Until next time, over and out.
Alright. Yeah. On the block since I was 7, jumpy and I was 11. Better never duck your head. Throw them bitches like it's Tekken. At 13 I found a job. Okay, I learned to rob. Got my mother begging God. Me and my brothers beat the odds. I guess we up now. No more sleeping on floors with covers in neighborhoods where they judges. My struggle made me a hustler. Now I'm pumping weight, moving bows on interstates. You can see the hunger in my eyes. You better guard your plate. Only fear my own complacency, keeping demons away from me. Sacrifices was made for me, so ain't gon' be no change me. And now these niggas jumping ship. They left me in the cold, but I'm gon' make it out this bitch. Said they couldn't see my vision, no they couldn't take the risk, so I'll be fighting on my own. A polar bear with 30 clips. Said they couldn't see my vision, no they couldn't take the risk, so I'll be fighting on my own. A polar bear with 30 clips. So now I'm filled with envy. I really did offend you, now don't forgive me. You woke the beast, he busting out the cage. But I gotta thank you, bitch, I held in so much rage. Since you kicked me to the curb, hella shit has changed. Now my numbers going up, I'm seeing better days. But I thank you yet again, cause you taught me the game. Now that shit be making sense. Had to go and clear my eyes, friendly niggas ain't your friend. If we had to live it over, probably go and do the same. Letting pussy run your mind, it's built inside DNA. Cause a snake gon' be a snake, and a snake won't ever change. Said they couldn't see my vision, no they couldn't take the risk, so I'll be fighting on my own. A polar bear with 30 clips. Said they couldn't see my vision, no they couldn't take the risk, so I'll be fighting on my own. A polar bear with 30 clips. Only fear my own complacency, keeping demons away from me. Sacrifices was made for me, so ain't gon' be no change me. And now these niggas jumping ship. They left me in the cold, but I'm gon' make it out this bitch. Speak, Lord, speak to me. Everybody plotting on me, trying to get to me. Speak, Lord, speak to me. Everybody plotting on me, trying to get to me.